Hello, hello, hello. This is Ken with CSLearner.com. So the funny story, I actually just made a video and I accidentally didn't save it. So this is kind of like my third time making this video, but that's okay because I honestly enjoy making the video. So basically what happened is, I was able to get this ready. I was able to get it so it runs now. So watch this, right? So earlier, let's put that away. Earlier, the challenge I was running into was it wouldn't even run. And anyway, I tinkered with it kind of behind the scenes, and what I discovered was the file path for I was trying to create was completely wrong. So I fixed the file path, and it was able to work. So if you fall into the same trap I did, and you're like, all right, I'm going to I joked about it last time, but copy pasting code, you should be paranoid every step of the way. And so let me show you how I did it. What I knew is this is a different computer than the computer I created the other project on. But, so we see this, and you look at the file path. I knew that the first little part, because I use the default, this part is probably correct. So what I did is, to find the correct file path, I open this. Whoops, I don't need two, I only need one. And I went to C, and I'm like, well, it said program files. So it's either program files or program files x86, whatever that is. Came here, and I'm like, where's SQL Server? Nope. There it is. And then I don't know what these are, like at all, but I know this looks right. So I clicked on that. Only one folder to click on. And I knew it was in the data folder. And then you can see I've created the database there, and it goes along and it's working fine. Before it was blank. One thing I do need to point out, I don't know if this is necessary. When I initially clicked on it, it gave me an error message like this one. You don't currently have permission to access this folder. Click continue to permanently get access to this folder. And I clicked continue. I'm not going to do it for this one because I don't want access to the backup right now. I clicked continue, and then I gained, I permanently have access to the data folder here. And now I can create databases in this area. I don't know if you necessarily need to create databases here. Let me actually, I think you do because it's in the same folder as master. Actually, well, I'll check on it later. I know it's working though, so I'm not going to get overly concerned quite yet for this project. So that worked. And what this is this part creates the database itself. It creates the BuffBob database at this location, and this is the little database thing. This is called the log file. And what the log file does is it tracks changes to the database, and that's its main purpose. And I think I mentioned before, you start off with the size of 2 megabytes in this case, and then it has a maximum size of 4 megabytes. And whenever you change sizes, it's in increments of 500 kilobytes. You don't have to use these exact sizes. But my experience with school projects and the small projects I do in my spare time is that these sizes right here, 4 megabytes, 6 megabytes, 500 kilobytes for the database itself, and 2 megabytes, 4 megabytes, 500 kilobytes. And they've been really, really perfect for school projects just because the amount of data I work with as a computer science student is nothing like, it's not the level of the real workforce. Like if I was working on a database for a hotel, like it would have a lot of information. I would need a huge database. And because of the amount of changes that are going on, I would need a huge log file. And all right, so once it's all done, so you can see I run it, it creates the database. Oops, what's this? I did something wrong here. I pushed a button. Your dot. What did I do wrong? Your incorrect syntax near period. Honestly, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy this. Let's try it again. Just copy this and paste it down. But then we're going to add a log. So hopefully it'll run now. There we go. So I don't know what I did, but I fixed it now. So yeah, that's the database. What I want to do, sorry that this has been weird. So now for this one, I really want to keep this simple. I'm going to create a very basic, for this specific part of the project, I'm going to create the database, which we just created the files for the database itself and the log file. And the next part is we're going to create some tables. So I grabbed, this is the syntax of creating some tables, and this, once you create the tables, you create the designate certain keys as primary keys and certain keys as foreign keys. But I want to dedicate a video by itself to creating the tables, probably, and the primary keys will probably create a table and the foreign keys will create a table. So thank you guys so much. So again, it's www.cslearner.com. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to continuing to work on this project.